Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading Child. Child has a family that he loves very much, and seeing you was an eye-opening experience for him because your family was not so good. It was kind of torn apart, to be honest. And when he saw this, he felt so upset and kind of angry, to be honest. He almost wanted to kill your dad, but the only reason that was stopping him was that you would hate it. And he didn't want to upset you or anything like that. Child would always tell you to stay home with him, to stay wherever he is. And if your dad starts bothering you, then he sure as hell was going to his apartment and going to intimidate him in his harbinger outfit. After all, no one's going to disobey him like that. So if it grants you safety, then he was going to do it. Albedo, the fact that you were with Albedo in the first place gave you some protection, since he always made sure to visit them and compensate them by giving them money. That was one of the main reasons your parents were overworking you and being so abusive to you. But sometimes it was just out of hate. However, Albedo did not tell you about the compensation thing. And one time when he was out to take you for a date, he heard yelling from your room. And when he went there, he saw your dad hitting you. And before even a moment could pass, he was right in front of you, holding him firmly away and glaring. And the aura radiated was scarier than anything you've ever felt. Get away from her, he said. And as soon as your father saw him, he quickly stopped, frowning a little. And when he tried to explain, Albedo told him that he didn't need to, taking your hand gently in his and leaving with you. And once you're away from your home, he checked to make sure that you're really okay and not hurt. He then kissed you, telling you that you could stay the night at his place, since he didn't want to see your family after what happened, which is honestly a mutable opinion here. So you accepted. Venti. Venti is an Archon, and even if he does not have his noses, he still has powers. So if he sees your parents ever hurting you, he was going to realize that it is an Archon and threaten them. Was it usual of Venti to threaten someone? Not at all. Would he do that if it were you? Totally. Venti loves you and he was protective of you. And he wanted you to be happy, because that was the first thing that came to him. And if it meant sending your dad to a forgotten island in the middle of nowhere, he would do it without hesitation. Kazuha. Kazuha was a samurai, which means he's really powerful. Not to mention he's gained a reputation in Inazuma after fending off an attack by the Raiden Shogun. So I don't think your dad would dare to be abusive to you if you had Kazuha on your side, especially if you saw him once and Kazuha knew what's up. Because even if Kazuha didn't tell you, he sure as hell was going to have a talk with your dad about what's going on and give him a little warning, so he won't make any mistakes in the future that would result in him getting hurt or worse. To be honest, you were kind of lucky to have a man like Kazuha, because he loved you so much, and he would not stop protecting you at nothing. You came first to him, and if that meant tarnishing his relationship with his father-in-law, then so be it. He didn't care about him. He was honestly shitty either way. Scaramouche. Oh, poor you. You really think your parents would be alive if they hurt you while you were the Scaramouche of all people? The only reason they would be alive is because the two of you would be away from them. Completely. So choose wisely. That's the only advice I can give. Xiao. Xiao was stubborn about protecting those he loves. And of course, he had you at the top of that list. You're really important to him, so he's not going to do what hurts you, no matter what. Which meant, if he hears of your parents hurting you, or sees you prove step or anything, he was probably gonna have a talk with them, whether you like it or not. And he was very firm about it. So when they see Adeptus Xiao at their door, yelling at them and threatening them to hurt them if they hurt someone as innocent as you, I doubt your dad will ever try hurting you again. So be thankful for him, because he probably just solved a lot of your problems at once. Not to mention, most of the time, you spent your day at his place anyway. He didn't like it when you spent time with them, because even though there were no physical injuries, he just hated them. He knew they had to be terrible people to do this to you. And he did not think you should spend any more time with someone terrible like that if you had the choice. Thoma. Oh, Thoma would be really upset and distressed about this, and he would try with all his might to find a solution for it. If it could be solved if you stay out of their place, then he was going to find a place for you to stay. Or if that was not the case, then he was going to have a talk with them. Of course, after asking Ayato what was the best course of action to take, he just wanted to make everything to be fine. I don't want it to hurt anymore. And the first time he sees your parent, or rather your dad, hurting you, he walks over to him, scowling, and it's the angriest you've ever seen Thoma be. And he tells him off, telling him he should never hurt his daughter like this, that he should never hurt you at all, or anyone, and telling him how he's a terrible person who shouldn't even have someone like you, someone so kind and perfect, in his life. And he tells you to stay at his place permanently. He just wanted to get you away from all abuse. And to be honest, he was making a good offer, just by being there, and also telling you that he'll pay rent. So what was there to refuse, anyway?